Hi guys, so welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to create this look that Kendall Jenner just wore to a party in Ibiza, and I absolutely am obsessed with this look. So if you want to see how to achieve it, then please keep on watching. So first you want to grab just a little bit of eyeshadow primer. This one is by Urban Decay and it's in the color Eden. This is going to make your eyeshadow last all day and even out your eyelids. Now, going in with my Full Exposure palette by Smashbox, I'm taking the lightest brown from the warm side of the palette, and I'm going to pack this on all over my lid and up into my crease as well. You want to really build up this color because it's going to take a little while to build it up, but once you do, you get a really nice, soft, warm brown all over the lid. Now that I feel I've gotten a good build-up of color, now I'm going to blend out the edges with a clean blending brush. Now, again from the warm side of the palette, I'm mixing the two darker browns because I don't want it to be as dark as the dark one, but not as light as the light one either. So I mixed the two, and now with that blending brush, I'm just depositing most of the color in the corner, outer corner of my crease, and then with kind of windshield wiper motions, you want to brush that into the inner corner of your crease as well, and just build up this color slowly. Now you're going to start going back and forth with a clean blending brush, blend out the edges, and now I'm going to go back in with my other blending brush and deposit a little bit more color in the crease, and then you'll see that I will soon go back with my clean blending brush and blend it all out, as you can see now. Here I'm just making sure I have no harsh lines and everything is just a smooth gradient. Now I'm taking this matte light beige color and I'm using this as my highlight in my inner corner of my eye and on my brow bone. Now with the smallest amount of concealer, I took this brush and I'm just cleaning up the edge of my eyeshadow to make sure I have a nice smooth line. Don't want it too dramatic, but you do want it straight. Now with my beloved MAC Fluidline in Blacktrack, I'm doing a liner now, and this is obviously the hardest part of the look, so I tried to keep in as many clips as I could without it being too long. And you can see I'm just really taking my time building up this line. I don't want it to be too thick, so I'm trying to keep it as thin along the lash line as possible. And now the good part is about to come in at the wing. So the wing, you want this to really follow the bottom lash line. So pretend there's a line that would just go from the bottom lash line and continue going up in its natural form. That's the line that I'm trying to follow. I'm also winging it out a little bit further than I would normally, but I like that it's this long, elongated wing, and it's going to open up your eyes, make them look bigger and more beautiful, and a little bit more cat-eyed. So here I picked up a little bit more gel liner on my brush, and I'm going back in just to deepen the color and straighten out the line. Really want to take your time with this part. You know what they say, never ask a girl with wing liner why they're late. It's gonna take you time, but it's so worth it. And now my favorite trick to use with gel liner, I take a little bit of that black eyeshadow from the Full Exposure palette and I put it over my line to first deepen the color, make it a little bit more black, but also smooth out the edges. And if there's anything that isn't quite perfectly smooth, you can grab that eyeshadow and it'll smooth it out perfectly, and it makes the gel liner last longer because it'll set the gel liner. Now I'm going in with a clean angled brush. This is a different angled brush with a little tiny bit of concealer, and I just cleaned up that line underneath. And now I'm going in with a little bit more product on my brush. You don't want too much product, and I'm going in and creating that little flick in the inner corner of my eye. Again, take your time here. You want to take it all the way out, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag it in across the inner corner of the eye, so like the inner tear duct. You're going to have that black, but not along the waterline, just the inner tear duct area. And now with that same brush with a tiny bit of concealer on it, I'm just sharpening up that line, just fixing up the edges. Now I wanted to just thin out the inner corner a tiny bit, just create a bit more of a point, so I went back in, tiny bit more gel liner, and there you can see it's a really sharp point now. Now again, I wanted to reiterate, don't be scared to go back in with an angled brush with a bit of black eyeshadow on it and smooth out those edges. It'll make a huge, huge difference. Now I'm going in with a skin color pencil. This is Vow by Illamasqua, and I'm putting it just along my waterline, but don't take it into that tear duct area, which is black. And now you want to give your lashes a really good curl, give it a really good squeeze, and then you're going to put tons and tons of mascara on. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes XS because this is really going to give me that huge volume, and it's almost a little bit clumpy, but I really like that. So you can see I'm really rocking the roots of my lashes because I really want to build up that volume as much as possible. I'm using an eyeshadow, again, from the cool side of the palette. I'm using that light muted brown, and I'm just using this to fill in my brows ever so slightly. You don't need it to be too intense. You just want to kind of fix it up, and if you have any gaps, this will take care of that. Now I'm setting my brows into place using Bobbi Brown's Brow Shaper in Rich Brown. And you can see this just helps to give your brows a little bit more color, but also keeps them in place all night. Now I already applied my foundation, but I still need a little bit of concealer, so I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade number 2 under my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, on my cheeks, wherever you find you need a little bit more coverage. And now I'm just blending that out with my foundation brush, but be careful around the eyes. You'll see that I'm going to grab a smaller brush to use under my eyes. Yep, you can see it there, because I don't want to disturb the eyeliner, so really make sure you're not going over the eyeliner, so I like to use a more detailed brush for that. Now I'm going to use the CC powder by MAC. This is in Neuralize, so it's just going to mattify my face. I don't recommend this for photographs, but for film, it's beautiful. Now I'm going in with the NARS Laguna bronzer, which is the perfect shade for what I wanted, because I want it to be quite brown. So I'm just going to put this right on my cheekbones and right under my cheekbones, so you're kind of contouring, kind of bronzing up the skin. I'm also going to take this around my temples and my forehead, just really bronze up your skin a little bit more. Now with the same Laguna bronzer, I'm just taking this around my nose with a blending brush to contour my nose, and then I'm also going to take this under my lip, you'll see in a second, and that's just going to make your lips look so much fuller. And then I went back in with the big brush and I put a little bit on my jawline. Now using the MAC Prolongwear Lip Pencil in Kiss Me Quick, which is a nice cherry red, it's blue tone, so it's going to make your teeth look whiter, and it's the exact tone that Kendall used. And I'm applying this really carefully on the line of my lips. You really want your lips to look perfect here. And then you can fill in your lips fully if you want, and that's going to make your lipstick last a little bit longer. And here's a close-up of my lips, so you can see I'm really trying to get those edges as perfect as possible. Using MAC lipstick in Ruby Woo. This lipstick is amazing. It's completely matte, and I'm just filling in the rest of my lips with this lipstick. It very well could be the lipstick that Kendall wore because it's such a classic red. Back with that eye pencil in Vow from Illamasqua, I'm just lining the outer edges of my lips just to clean that up, make it a little bit sharper. And then again on my Cupid's that up, but it also kind of helps to highlight the Cupid's bow, which again is going to make your lips look a little bit lighter. And this is definitely something that Kendall did to perfect the lip. And now with a clean angled brush, I'm just blending in that line, and you'll see that I start to feather it upwards on the Cupid's bow. So just blend it upwards, and then on the bottom lip, I start to blend it outwards. And that is the look, guys. So this is the look that Kendall Jenner wore to Riccardo Tisci's birthday party in Ibiza, and all the celebrities were there. Such a beautiful look, such a classic look with the Arabic liner and really neutral matte tones on the eyes, and the lip, just the classic perfect red. So I hope you like this. Take care.